Hi, my name's Cass. I'm an educator here at the Innovation Hub, and today for our virtual library series, we'll be making a mini weaving on a cardboard loom. For this project, you will need stiff cardboard, a ruler, a pen or pencil, scissors, a fork or comb, a weaving needle, and yarn. When picking yarn, pick a cotton yarn with little to no stretch for warping your loom. The rest of your design can use any type of yarn you like. Now that we have our materials prepared, let's get started on making our loom. First, cut out a piece of stiff cardboard in any dimension you like, and 2 strips of cardboard like so. Make a mark every centimeter on the top and bottom of the main piece of cardboard. Now, cut a notch into the marks you made. Glue the strips of cardboard below the notches you just made. Your loom is ready. Let's warp our loom. In this step, we will take some sturdy yarn and tie a knot at the end. Slip that behind the bottom left notch of your loom. While keeping the yarn taut, loop it around the top left notch and then back to the next bottom notch. Continue this for however wide you want your weaving to be. Tie a knot and slip it behind the bottom peg when you are done. You just created your warp threads. Cut a strip of cardstock and weave it over and under the warp threads like this. This spacer will leave room for when you hang your weaving. Let's start weaving. Our first technique is called a tabby weave. Begin by weaving your yarn over and under the warp threads. This yarn that goes horizontally is called weft. Leave a short tail of yarn. To start the next row, weave under and then over the warp threads. This row of weft should be on alternating warp threads than the last row. When weaving, create what is called a weaver's arch, like so. This helps beginners from pulling their weft too tightly. Then, comb up your weft with a fork or comb. Continue the tabby weave until you are ready for our next technique. To create an interlocking weave, use the tabby weave, stopping wherever you want to switch yarns and weave back in the opposite direction. Instead of leaving a gap, interlock the different yarns together like this. Continue until you are ready for the next technique. Let's raaya knots. Raaya knots create an interesting texture and are also a great way to finish your weaving. First, weave a few rows of tabby weave to help secure the raaya knots. To estimate how much yarn you will need for your knots, determine how long you want your fringe to be. Then, double that length and cut enough yarn for 3 strands of yarn per knot. Keep in mind that each knot will use 2 warp threads. Now, place 3 strands of your yarn over 2 warp threads. Push your knot up against your row of tabby weave and repeat these steps for all the raaya knots. Once you've completed your knots, weave a few rows of tabby weave underneath to secure them in place. To finish your weaving, you will first remove it from the loom by slipping it off the notches. Then, flip your weaving over and use your weaving needle to tuck the loose threads into the back of the weaving and trim the excess. Next, secure the bottom warp threads with a knot right underneath your bottom weft threads and trim. For the top of your weaving, you can either slip the top warp loops onto a dowel rod or tuck the loops into the back of the weaving, trim any excess, and add a hanging component. Congratulations! Your weaving is now complete. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave us a like and make sure to follow the Innovation Hub on all social media platforms.